the state itself, you see, recovering, doing different things, different industries.
The casino industry out there is increasing to where they building another casino in my hometown, and everything is booming because of that. Now we finally getting back with work that we had.
So where's the money coming from to put into those businesses?
Big corporations. It's a resort down there, and it's a beautiful country, but
people are coming in.
They're coming in to see Louisiana.
But are they eating the food that comes from the Gulf?
I eat the food now, but I didn't eat it the first 6 months to a year that was in the Gulf.
6 months to a year.
Yeah.
So do you think that those populations like the shrimp could clean out, like just come in from an unaffected area and take back into the water and breed again?
They said the last couple of years the shrimp count been low. So I don't know if it's going to improve or not, but as a longshoreman, we load ships and send cargo to all over the world, and for 6 months we couldn't send cargo nowhere. And we're the #1 bag port in the United States.
But why was that? They were just told not to.
The ships wouldn't come in. They were afraid they were going to have to wash the ship before they got it to the port, and then they have to wash it on the way out from wherever they left and went to another port, because they were going to go through the oil.
Yeah.
And they were afraid of going through the oil.
Yeah. So no one's coming along that way. Yeah. They changed their pickup.
Yeah.
Do business somewhere else.
Well, they didn't do business somewhere else.
But they couldn't.
They couldn't. The whole Gulf was shut down.
Oh, so they're indirectly connected.
Yeah.
Not there, but still put out of work.
Yeah.
Let's talk though about the shrimp, because the shrimp's kind of low on the food chain. What about the bigger fishes? Does that eat them and accumulate? The
dolphins dying.
What about the turtles in them?
They've had turtles, all kind of animals that, all of a sudden they come up on the beach, like the dolphins or whatever. And,
all with the oil on them?
And they were talking about it was like the dolphins that were born right around where the shrimp was and right around where BP's field and everything was.
Yeah.
Those dolphins are a couple years old, and they're the ones that are dying.
And it could be a combination of the chemicals just in the oil and in the dispersant.
Yeah. And it could have been them being exposed to it in the Gulf and never knowing what hit them, and they were pregnant, and
Right. Now, what about the people that come down there? Either they live there, they come down near the coast.
There's a lot of people
tourism.
that come down there as tourists.
Now, in this past year,
yeah,
they were back to normal levels, or
normal, a little bit better, because right after the spill, people weren't coming to Louisiana. It was like there are certain places that you can go just for the resort part of it. The beauty of the country. And
so, any sign that there's any risk, or is it safe now for that type of thing?
I say it's safe for tourists, but I'm still sketchy on eating the seafood.
Yeah, eating too much of it. You can't tell by tasting it.
Yeah.
It's
well, it's originally the shrimp after the spill they had dark, like as in oil was in the shrimp itself, and you can see it.
Yeah, oil or chemicals.
Yeah.
What about some like more inland, like catfish or something like that?
I don't know how that was affected.
So this money for relief and compensation doesn't seem to be easy to get.
No, it's not easy to get.
I mean, the thing is, we can't rely on the politicians, it seems, because they seem to do, the publicity for BP. Is there a politician that's really standing up for the truth or solving this?
Not that I saw.
I thought your governor in Louisiana seemed to be very pro, truth on that.
There's people that were near the spill and they ran for different offices and everything like that, and they didn't get elected, but they were fighting for Louisiana, and in a way that we were affected, and everybody's affected. Everybody along the coast.
Yeah.
All the states was affected. If you lived 150 miles away from the coast, you were affected.
Yeah.
And if you look at that, then everybody, because if you're afraid to eat the shrimp, you're afraid to eat the fish, you're afraid to, and that's part of our diet and our culture is eating good and everything like that.
Yeah. Fresh seafood.
Yeah, and to know whether or not might not have shrimp the rest of your life.
So your whole life is questionable.
Yeah, that was in the first 6 months when you're trying to figure all that out.
It's a little bit too soon to know about the long-term health effects. That if something gets into people, it could take a number of years before their organs or their system can start to really get affected.
Yeah.
Because if it accumulates, or it's I'm not sure about all the medical processes, but it made me think of that Valdez, because a lot of people suffered and died as a result of cleaning up.
You can go dig on the Exxon Valdez site, you're still gonna find the oil spill.
Yeah.
They said if you dig down 2 foot, you're gonna find something dealing with the oil spill.
And that
Louisiana's the same way.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, and it's still not dealt with. People don't really live up there.
No.
But this is a very populated region.
Oh yeah, it's real populated.
So,
You know, everybody relies on seafood.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's some type of industry that you know, like some of the guys in longshoremen, they go fishing when we don't have work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they go shrimping and everything like that. When we
Oh,
don't
just
have
for their
work,
own personal.
you know, to make money.
Oh, okay.
While, you know, because you had to rely on another job that you've been working 20 years at, because
Mm-hmm.
they're telling you there's no work. So you know, you're not getting, your unemployment is not enough. So you got to go look for another job.
What about the air? During when the oil was coming up to the surface, still, could you get any odor off
No,
that or
it
vapor?
wouldn't affect like that. It wouldn't.
Because I heard that
Maybe right on.
doing something with the clouds coming off the water, that some of the chemicals could be in the clouds and spread it inland.
I don't know. We wasn't affected in that way, because you know we were about 100-something miles away from where the spill actually hit
Okay.
along the coast.
Okay.
But it was still, you know, the whole Gulf was full of oil,
Mm-hmm.
and it was every time they said there was oil from here to Galveston or whatever, and then all of a sudden it all disappeared. You know?
So they dumped all that
They dumped
chemical
all the
on
chemicals
it
on
in the nighttime.
Yeah.
But there also was a no-fly order. No one was allowed to see what was going on.
Yeah, well, they weren't allowed to.
They
see
diverted
what's going
all
on
the flights
with the capping of it and everything until they finally figured out how to cap it too. So
Did you actually look out on the water? Did you see?
I didn't go to the Gulf
Mm-hmm.
because it would have depressed me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You have said that you met the people that were,
Yeah.
some of them going out there. Did you see the people that were cleaning up actually out on the water or just on the beaches?
They were going out on the water and on the beaches,
Mm-hmm.
but now they got to go take tests for BP every 3 or 4 months because of the chemicals that they were
With
exposed
BP sponsored doctors.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that will be covered up because maybe they want to